Hi everyone, Dr. Carolina Jimenez here. I had posted a video about ptosis and how after having a cancer scare, I decided to have a surgery to treat it. And I just kind of casually mentioned it in that video. So some people have been wondering, I did not tell a lot of people. I just told my sister, one of my brothers, one of my close friends, and my husband. And it was pretty scary. It was actually my first mammogram that I ever had. Something came back that they needed to follow up on. So then I was sent to do an ultrasound. After that, they wanted me to follow up again. I don't remember if it was another mammogram, but there was a period of follow-up. And then finally, we had a biopsy. So this went on for about a period of 4 to 6 weeks. So it was pretty anxiety-provoking, and I was trying not to think about worst-case scenario. I was worried and scared because my daddy died of cancer, so that was in my family history. I was trying the best I could to not think of worst case situations and try not to let the uncertainty or the fear get the best of me. So that was pretty difficult, but I definitely did not want to start sharing it with a lot of people. Best case scenario will be you have your mammogram done, they tell you everything looks good, come back next year, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. So after having gone through a few weeks of that, and finally I was clear, I have to follow up every couple of years. And I was told they actually put a little piece of titanium just to check where that mass was. It turned out to just be a mass and it wasn't cancer. So yeah, make sure that you have your follow-ups, that you go get your mammogram. If you don't have insurance or for any reason it's not accessible to you, I will leave some resources for you. Some websites, some links. There's some nonprofit organizations that work to make sure that you have access to that. So after having dealt with that scare, I thought about my ptosis, which is basically asymmetrical eyelids. This one looks kind of droopy. And after being so scared for so many weeks, I decided why not? I tried not to let it bother me. For the most part, it didn't. It didn't affect my self-esteem, my dating life. I had no dating life as a teenager because my parents wouldn't allow me to date. So I was aware of it, but it didn't make me too self-conscious. I mean, nowadays I still am aware. My eyebrows look like they're asymmetrical. It just does something funky. But hey, we're learning to accept it. I did try the surgery, and the one they did is they actually went inside the eyelid, and the surgeon cut a little bit piece of the eyelid, kind of like the leftover extra muscle, or I'm not sure how to explain it, but it was internal. I was under local anesthesia. My husband drove me to the place. He was pretty supportive. He said he supported my decision. He likes it. It turns out, he says, it's kind of what makes me me. It's kind of something that just makes me stand out. That wasn't always the case. With prior boyfriends, some of them made fun of me. One of them actually wanted me to have the surgery, and they tried to manipulate me. He said I was trying to use it as an excuse to think that I'm better than others, that I didn't care about physical appearance. It was just a weird way that it was phrased. So he really wanted me to have it. I did not want to. I had it when I was ready for it, when I wanted to really do it for myself, not for anyone else. And as you can see, it didn't really improve much. I have a little bit more of a crease, but it's still asymmetrical. And if you have ptosis, either congenital or you developed it over time, I think it's a very personal decision whether or not to have the surgery. There were recommendations that we can do a second or third surgery, this time external, where basically she would remove a little bit of the eyelid skin from the outside. I've done some research. Some people say they were not able to close their eyelids completely after that. Another one suggested that they will remove a tendon from one of my toes or my fingers and basically use it as an elevator muscle. It just sounded too involved. And at this point, I don't really want to do it. I just wanted to give it a try after the cancer scare, because I just wonder now after having gone through this cancer scare, I just was curious, what if I have a surgery? What if I like the results? Just try it. It kind of just gave me the incentive to try something new. So just wanted to share that to follow up, because I kind of just casually mentioned the cancer scare, and I didn't really make the relationship how that inspired me to have this surgery. So if you have ptosis, whatever you decide, know that it is not our worth. It doesn't take away from who we are. It does make us different. I mean, it is noticeable, but it doesn't determine who we are as a person. And if you had a cancer scare, I'm sorry, I know it's very scary. If you're a survivor of cancer, we're so happy you're here. For those of us who have lost dear ones, loved ones to cancer, it's a pretty painful way to watch your loved ones die. So I'm sorry for your loss as well. So this is Dr. Jimenez, just sharing a little bit more about some of my own personal experiences, the stress and the anxiety that they cause. And I'm going to keep myself accountable. I'm going to keep posting. That's how everything started, seeing how the ptosis kept me from posting in the past. Thank you for listening. Hope you have a good day. Until next time.